Hello students, welcome back. Now we'll take up this exercise 8.2. मेनली इस एक्सरसाइज में मिड पॉइंट थ्योरम का पूरा कंसेप्ट है. सो सबसे पहले हम समझते हैं कि मिड पॉइंट थ्योरम है क्या और प्लस उसके एप्लीकेशंस क्या क्या है. सो मिड पॉइंट थ्योरम समझने के लिए सबसे पहले अभी हमने एक ट्रायंगल को बनाया. दिस इज ए, बी एंड सी. Now E is the midpoint of AB and F is the midpoint of this AC side. Now from this C we will draw a parallel line to AB. So we will draw a parallel line to this side AB and we will extend this side also. Suppose they are meeting one point, this is point D. So this is point D now. Now see that in these two triangles now E is the midpoint of side AB and F is the midpoint of side AC. So this is already given to us. We can write in triangle ABC. So E is the midpoint of side AB. This is the midpoint. This side is equals to this side, and this side is equals to this side. So now draw CD parallel to AB. Now in triangles AEF and triangle CFD. Now we will consider these two triangles AEF and CFD. So this angle 1 will be equals to angle 2 and this angle 3 will be equals to angle 4. So we can write angle 1 is equals to angle 2. They are the vertically opposite angles. And this side AF is equals to FC because F is the midpoint. F is the midpoint of AC. This is already given to us. And angle 3 will be equals to angle 4. These are the alternate interior angles. So therefore I can say that triangle AEF is congruent to triangle CFD by angle side congruency. So this is angle side angle. So this is by angle side angle congruency. Angle side angle congruency. See here, this is angle, again side, then angle. Side angle side congruency. Now we can say that CD is equals to AE. CD will be equals to AE. This is by CPCT. Means this side will be equals to this side. This is by CPCT. So this side is equals to this side by CPCT, and it is given that AE is equals to BE. AE is equals to BE because E is the midpoint. E is midpoint. Now see that this CD is equals to this side and this is equals to this side. Now I can say that these two sides are also equal. So now see that CD is equals to AE and AE is equals to BE. Now we can say that therefore CD is equals to BE. So we got the CD is equals to BE and CD is also parallel to BE. So now see that this CD is equals to BE and CD is parallel to BE. So therefore this quadrilateral BCDE, so this quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So since this quadrilateral is a parallelogram, so now I can write BC will be equals to ED because these are the opposite side of this parallelogram. So अभी ये parallelogram prove हो गया तो BC किसके बराबर होगी? Complete ED के बराबर में. So therefore I can write BC is equals to ED. These are the opposite sides of a parallelogram. These are the opposite sides of the parallelogram. Therefore I can write this EF will also be parallel to BC. So this EF is parallel to BC. Take it as 1. Now see that once this is the parallelogram, so I can write this BC, or you can write this ED is equals to BC. We have already written that ED is equals to BC, or this ED can be written as EF plus FD. So EF plus FD, this is equals to BC. Now see that EF is already equals to this, EF is equals to FD. This EF is already equals to FD because F is the midpoint of this. So therefore twice of EF will be equals to BC, or we can write EF is equals to half of BC. This is equation number 2. So from 1 and 2 we got this EF is equals to half of BC and EF is parallel to BC. So these are the results of this midpoint theorem. Now we'll come to the statement what midpoint theorem says. It is the line segment joining the, if a line segment joining the midpoint of two sides of a triangle, then this line segment joining the midpoint means this line segment is EF. So this line segment EF will be parallel and half of the third side. So ये line segment EF क्या होगा? ये BC के parallel होगा because BC is only the third side of this triangle, because ये दोनों sides तो क्या होगा? Midpoint side से consume हो गई. So this EF will be half of this third side and this will be parallel to this third side. तो midpoint theorem के लिए ये proof है. ये बहुत सारे एग्जाम्स में हमेशा पूछा जाता है कि midpoint theorem का proof बताओ. तो और इसका statement और result क्या है कि if we join the midpoint of two sides of a triangle, then the line joining the midpoint sides will be equal to half of the third side and this will be parallel. So we have proved that this is half of the third side and this is also parallel to the third side. So now coming to exercise 8.2, question number 1. So in question number 1, ABCD is a quadrilateral in which PQRS are the midpoint of the side AB, BC, CD and DA as shown in the figure 8.29. AC is the diagonal. We need to show this 1, 2 and 3 points. So this is a quadrilateral already given to us. So these are the midpoints given to us. This is P, Q, R, S. This is D, C, B and A. So these are the points given to us. This is A. Now this point, these midpoints, they are already joined. So these are joined midpoints. So we will join these midpoints, and this diagonal is already joined. This AC diagonal is joined now. So we need to prove that first one is SR is parallel to AC and SR is equals to half of AC. And second one is PQ is equals to SR, and third one is PQRS is a parallelogram. So this all we need to prove. So coming to the first part, we need to prove that SR is parallel to AC. Now see that SR and this is AC. So if we consider this triangle, in triangle ACD, in this triangle S and R, both are midpoint given to us. So this midpoint, now SR, by midpoint theorem, SR will be half of this AC and SR will be parallel to this AC. So first one is proved from midpoint theorem straightway. So what we'll write? We'll write in triangle ACD, S and R are the midpoints of sides AC and CD, of sides AD and CD respectively. Therefore, this SR is parallel to AC and SR is equals to half of AC. This is by midpoint theorem. Midpoint theorem, that the line joining the midpoint of two sides of a triangle will be parallel and half of the third side. And similarly coming to this triangle, in triangle ABC. So this first part is over. Now coming to the second one. So for the second one, in triangle ABC, in triangle ABC, P and Q are the midpoints of sides AB and BC, sides AB and BC respectively. Therefore, this PQ will be equals to half of AC and PQ will be parallel to AC. So this is equation number 2. We can take this as equation number 1. Now see that this side will also be parallel and half of AC. So from 1 and 2, we got this PQ is half of AC and SR is half of AC. Right hand side is equal. From 1 and 2, RHS is equal. Therefore, LHS will be equal. LHS will also be equal. So we got this PQ is equals to SR. So this is also proved. Now see that one pair of the sides PQ and SR, they are equal and both are parallel also, because PQ is parallel to AC and SR is parallel to AC. So अभी दोनों साइड AC के पैरेलल में तो क्या होगा, आपस में भी पैरेलल होंगी. So therefore PQ is parallel to AC and this is parallel to SR. Therefore PQSR is a parallelogram, because one pair of the opposite sides are parallel and equal, so therefore it is a parallelogram. So this is also proved. Now coming to question number 2. ABCD is a rhombus and PQRS are the midpoints of the sides AB, BC, CD and DA respectively. We need to prove that quadrilateral PQRS is a rectangle. So ABCD is a rhombus. We will make this diagram first. A, B, C, D. And PQRS are the midpoint. P, this is on AB, then this is Q, then this is R, and this is S, and these points, they are joined now. So they are joined. So ABCD is a rhombus and PQRS are the midpoint of the side, this and this respectively, so that the quadrilateral PQRS is a rectangle. So PQRS is a rectangle that we need to prove. First of all, we will join any diagonal. We can join this diagonal. So AC is joined now. Now in this triangle ACD, in triangle ACD, in triangle ACD, S and R are the midpoints of sides AD and CD respectively. Therefore SR will be equals to half of AC and SR will be parallel to AC. So this is the first equation from midpoint theorem. Now similarly coming to the next one, in triangle ABC, in triangle ABC, P and Q are the midpoints of sides AB and BC respectively. Therefore PQ will be half of AC and PQ will be parallel to AC. So this is equation 2. Again this is midpoint theorem. So now we got that, therefore from 1 and 2, so from equations 1 and 2 we got this PQ is equals to SR, because both the sides they are equal to the half of AC and half of AC. So PQ is equals to SR and PQ is parallel to SR. Therefore PQSR is now this is a parallelogram. So PQSR is now a parallelogram. Now see that this is a rhombus already given to us, and if we join this, so in a rhombus each this diagonal they bisect each other at 90 degree, and this angle will be opposite to this. So I can write ABCD is a rhombus, and in rhombus diagonals bisect each other at 90 degree. So therefore this angle PSR, therefore angle PSR is equals to 90 degree, because this is opposite angle of a parallelogram, because this is also a parallelogram, so this is opposite angle. Therefore now one of the angle of this parallelogram is 90 degree, therefore it is a rectangle. So therefore this PQRS is a rectangle. Now this is proved. So PQR is a rectangle. So सबसे पहले इसको मैंने क्या किया, पैरेललोग्राम प्रूफ कर दिया, और पैरेललोग्राम के बाद में बिकॉज डायगोनल्स ऑफ ए रोम्बस बाइसेक्ट ईच अदर 90 डिग्री, तो ये इसका क्या होगा, ये भी एक पैरेललोग्राम है छोटा सा, ये पैरेललोग्राम है तो इसका ये अपोजिट एंगल हो गया, ये 90 डिग्री तो ये भी 90 डिग्री हो गया, ये एंगल क्या हो गया, दिस इज वन ऑफ द एंगल ऑफ दिस पैरेललोग्राम. सो पैरेललोग्राम के एक भी एंगल अगर 90 डिग्री हो गया देन इट बिकम्स रेक्टेंगल. नाउ कमिंग टू क्वेश्चन नंबर 3. ABCD is a rectangle and PQRS are the midpoint of the side AB, BC, CD and DA, and we need to prove that PQRS is a rhombus. So this is a rectangle now, A, B, C and D. This is the midpoint P, Q, R and this is S. So we have joined this midpoint and now this AC is the diagonal. Now see that it is given that PQRS are the midpoint. Now we will take up triangle ADC. Now in triangle ADC, S and R are the midpoints given. So S and R are the midpoints of sides. This is for the sides AD and CD, for the side AD and CD respectively. Therefore, SR will be equals to half of AC and SR will be parallel to AC. This is the equation number 1 by midpoint theorem. Similarly, coming to this triangle, in triangle ABC, this P and Q both are the midpoints. So you can write in triangle ABC, P and Q are the midpoints of AB and BC respectively. Therefore, PQ is parallel to AC and PQ is half of AC. This is the equation number 2. Again from the midpoint theorem. So this is from midpoint theorem. So from 1 and 2 we got, from 1 and 2 this PQ is equals to SR and PQ is parallel to SR. Therefore PQRS is a parallelogram. So we have proved PQRS as a parallelogram. Now see that in this parallelogram, this side is equals to this side. This is now a parallelogram, and again we will take up this, again we will take up this diagonal BD. So taking BD as a diagonal, now in triangle ABD, so we can write this in triangle ABD. Again in this triangle A, B and D, P and S are the midpoints of AB and AD, AB and AD. Therefore, we can write AB and AD respectively. Therefore, this PS is equals to half of BD and PS is parallel to BD. This is the equation number 3. Now similarly in this triangle, in triangle BCD, now these are the midpoints, so this side QR will be parallel and half of this BD. So now in triangle BCD, this Q and R are the midpoints of this Q and R are the midpoint of BC and CD, BC and CD respectively. So therefore this QR will be equals to, QR will be half of BD and QR will be parallel to BD. So this is equation number 4, again from the midpoint theorem. So now from third and fourth we got, so from equation 3 and 4 we got this PS is equals to QR and PS is parallel to QR. Now see that PS is parallel to QR and this is also equal to, now you see that in this triangle अभी ये साइड क्या हो रही, PS QR के बराबर मारी और ये साइड क्या हो रही, हाफ ऑफ BD. ऐसे दूसरी ये साइड भी क्या आ रही, हाफ ऑफ AC. नाउ इन रेक्टेंगल डायगोनल्स आर इक्वल, सो ऑल दिस साइड्स विल बी इक्वल बिकॉज ये साइड भी क्या है, हाफ ऑफ दिस BD और BD इज इक्वल टू AC. सो आई कैन राइट दिस इज ऑल्सो इक्वल टू, मीन्स नाउ from 1 to 3 and 4 we got PQ is equals to QR is equals to RS is equals to SP, because these are, therefore we can write PQRS is a rhombus. PQRS is a rhombus, and we can also make one point that AC is equals to BD because diagonals of a rectangle are equal. Diagonals of a rectangle are equal, therefore all four sides will be equal. Now coming to question number 4. ABCD is a trapezium in which AB is parallel to the CD and BD is a diagonal and E is the midpoint of the AD. A line is drawn through E parallel to AB intersecting BC at F as shown in the figure 8.30. Now we need to show that F is the midpoint of BC. So this is the diagram given to us. This is a trapezium ABCD. So this side point is A, B, C and D. Here this diagonal is joined and this line is parallel to this. This is a line parallel to this, and E, this point is E and this point is F. We can take this point as G. Now E is already given a midpoint. So now we can consider this triangle. In triangle ABD, E is midpoint of AD. This is already given to us, and this EG is parallel to AB. This EG is parallel to AB. Therefore G is midpoint of BD. This is by converse of midpoint theorem. This is by converse of midpoint theorem. Take it as equation number 1. Now see that in this triangle E midpoint दिया हुआ है और ये साइड इसके पैरेलल में है. ध्यान रखिएगा कन्वर्स मिडपॉइंट थ्योरम में क्या होगा, दो ये मिडपॉइंट होते हैं और तो ये तीसरी साइड क्या होगी, पैरेलल और हाफ हाफ होगी. अगर कोई भी दो कंडीशन दी हुई है हमें कि एक ये पॉइंट मिड पॉइंट है और ये साइड इसके पैरेलल है, ऑटोमेटिकली थर्ड विल बी द मिड पॉइंट। ये कन्वर्स मिड पॉइंट थ्योरम से होगा कि कोई भी दो कंडीशन हो, मीन्स एक मिड पॉइंट दिया हुआ हो और दूसरी साइड इसके पैरेलल में हो, तो ऑटोमेटिकली थर्ड पॉइंट विल बी द मिड पॉइंट बिकॉज ऑफ द कन्वर्स मिड पॉइंट थ्योरम। सो वी गॉट G is the midpoint of this diagonal BD. Now we'll take in triangle BCD. Now we'll consider this triangle BCD. In this triangle now GF is parallel to CD. GF is parallel to CD. We can write GF is parallel to CD and G is midpoint of BD. This is already proved above. Therefore F is midpoint of BC. This is again by converse of midpoint theorem. So this is by the converse of midpoint theorem. So we have proved this, that BC, this F is the midpoint of BC. Now coming to question number 5th. In a parallelogram ABCD, now this is a parallelogram already given to us. This is A, B, C and D. So ABCD is a parallelogram and this BD diagonal is joined and this is a point F. So this is joined with A and here is the point E and this is joined with C and this point is P and here it is Q. So ABCD is a parallelogram given to us, means I can write AB is parallel to CD and AD is parallel to BC and also AB will be equals to CD and here BC will be equals to AD because these are the opposite sides of parallelogram. Now we will consider this triangle. In this triangle APB, we can make this triangle separately. So this is B, this is P and this is A and here this side is joined. So this is E and here it is Q. We have made this triangle separate APB. So now in triangle APB, this E is the midpoint already given. E is midpoint of AB. This is given to us and this midpoint, this is already given to us. So this is the now midpoint and this will be a parallelogram now. This will already be a parallelogram because this side, this is the midpoint. We can write this AB is equals to CD. Therefore half of AB will also be equals to half of CD. This AB will be equals to CD because these are the opposite sides and E the midpoint. So therefore half of AB will also be equals to half of CD. Now half of AB is equals to AE. So I can write AE will be equals to CF. So this side is equals to this side and this is parallel to this side. So I can say AE is parallel to CF also. This is equation number 1, this is 2. So from 1 and 2 we got AECF is a parallelogram. So this is now parallelogram. So in this triangle also we got EQ. EQ will be parallel to AP because these are the parts of the parallelogram, these parallel sides. So now we can take up these triangles. So now in triangle ABP, it is given that E is midpoint. So E is midpoint of side AB, and this AP is parallel to EQ. Therefore Q is midpoint of BP. This is by converse midpoint theorem. So this is by converse midpoint theorem. So I can write here BQ, therefore BQ will be equals to QP. This is as equation number 3. Now again taking this triangle, in triangle DCQ, so we can make this triangle also DCQ. Now this is C, this is Q, and this point is F, and this is now P, and this is D. So now in triangle DCQ, now P is the midpoint. We have already proved here that P is the midpoint. Now in this triangle F is the midpoint of CD. So this is already given to us that F is the midpoint of side C, this CD, and this QC is parallel to PF, QC is parallel to CF, this side QC is parallel to PF. So this is parallel to PF. Therefore P will be midpoint of DQ. So therefore P is midpoint of DQ. So this is by converse midpoint theorem. So this is by converse midpoint theorem. Therefore we can write this as dP equals to PQ. So dP is equals to PQ. This is equation number 4. So from equation 3 and 4, now from equation 3 and 4. So from equation 3 and 4 we got, BQ is equals to QP, and this is equals to dP. So all are equal. So now means this part is equals to this part, and this is equals to this part. Therefore we can say that EC trisect the diagonal. Now we can say that EC trisect, therefore EC trisect diagonal BD. So this is proved. Since all these sides, this side is equal to this side, we have already proved from this triangle, and from this triangle this side is equal to this side. तो अभी ये साइड इसके बराबर है और ये साइड भी इसके बराबर है, तो तीनों साइड क्या होगी, बराबर हो गई. अब ये तीनों पार्ट्स बराबर है, इसका मतलब क्या हुआ, नाउ दिस इज ट्राइसेक्ट. ट्राइसेक्ट मीन्स 3 इक्वल पार्ट्स. सो दिस इज 1/3 ऑफ दिस ओनली. सो दिस इज प्रूव्ड. ये इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से. सो नाउ कमिंग टू क्वेश्चन नंबर 6. So that the line segments joining the midpoint of the opposite sides of a quadrilateral bisect each other. So this is any quadrilateral given to us now. So this is A, B, C and D. so that the line segments joining the midpoint of the opposite sides. Suppose this is P, this is Q, this is R, and this is S. So this is now required quadrantal. Now we can join this. Now it is given that so that the line segment joining the midpoint of the opposite side of the quadrilateral bisect each other. So midpoint they bisect each other, thus we need to prove. Now see that in triangle ACD, now in triangle ACD, in this triangle A, C and D, S and R are the midpoints. These are the midpoints of sides AD and CD respectively. Therefore, I can write SR is parallel to AC and SR is equals to half of AC. So this is equation number 1 from midpoint theorem. So from midpoint theorem. Now similarly coming to the next triangle, in triangle ABC, in triangle ABC, this P and Q are the midpoints of sides AB and BC. Therefore, AB and BC respectively. So therefore, I can write PQ is equals to half of AC and PQ is parallel to AC. Take it as equation number 2. This is again from midpoint theorem. So from 1 and 2, we got PQ is equals to SR and PQ is parallel to SR. Therefore, PQRS is a parallelogram. So PQRS is a parallelogram. Now if we join these diagonals of a parallelogram, we can join these diagonals of the parallelogram. So diagonals of the parallelogram and this point, they are bisecting each other. So we can join the diagonals of this quadrilateral also. So all are bisecting each other at point O. So we can say that these are the diagonals of this. So from PQRS is a parallelogram, and we can write diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Therefore, the opposite side of the quadrilateral bisect each other. Therefore, the opposite sides of our quadrilateral bisect each other. So this is proved now. So now coming to question number 7th. ABC is a right angled triangle at C. So this is a right angled triangle at C. So this is at right angled at C. ABC is a triangle right angled at C. A line through the midpoint of the hypotenuse AB. So midpoint of this hypotenuse AB. So take it as M. A line through the midpoint M of the hypotenuse AB. So this is the midpoint. I can write this equals to this. Parallel to BC. So this is going to this. intersect AC at D. So this is DM is parallel to BC. So DM is parallel to BC. This is given to us, and AM is equals to MB. This is also given to us because M is midpoint of AB. So M is the midpoint of AB. This is given to us. Now we need to prove that D is the midpoint of AC. Now see that in this triangle ABC, now in triangle ABC, this M is the midpoint and this line is parallel to this side. This M is midpoint of AB, and this MD is, or we can write this DM is parallel to BC. This is given to us. Therefore D is midpoint of AC. This is by converse midpoint theorem. So this is by converse midpoint theorem. We have proved that because this side is parallel to this side and M is already given midpoint, so automatically D will be the midpoint of AC. So this is proved. Now coming to the second part, we need to prove that MD is parallel to, this MD is perpendicular to this side. Now see that this is parallel to this side and this is already 90 degree. So sum of interior angles will be 180 degree. So out of 180 degree, this is 90 degree. So this remains 90 degree. Now we can write this angle D plus angle C will be equals to 180 degree because this DM is parallel to BC. It is given to us. So angle D plus C is already given 90 degree. This is equals to 180 degree. Therefore angle D equals to 180 degree minus 90 degree. Angle D equals to 90 degree. Therefore we have proved that this MD is perpendicular to AC. So this is proved. So now coming to the third part, CM. Now we need to prove that CM. So this side is the CM. Now we need to prove the congruency of these two triangles. So in triangle CMD and triangle AMD, in these two triangles, this side is equals to this side because D is midpoint, we have already proved. This AD is equals to DC. This is already proved because D is midpoint. D is midpoint. And again for this, now this MD is equals to MD common and this angle is 90 degree. So this angle D is equals to angle D. This is 90 degree. We have already proved. And MD is equals to MD. This is common. Therefore triangle CMD is congruent to triangle AMD. Now this is by side angle side. So this is by side angle side congruency. So once these are congruent, now I can say that AM is equals to CM. So therefore AM is equals to CM. This is by CPCT. Now see that this AM is equals to MB and AM is also equals to CM. So this is equals to now CM. So I can write A, this is now AB means AB can be written as this AB can be written as AM plus MB. So AB is equals to, now this AM and MB both are equal, so I can write AM plus AM. So AB is equals to twice of AM. So twice of AM. Now see that AM is equals to CM. So I can write AB is equals to twice of AM, or this can be written as twice of CM. So I can write on dividing by 2. So this will be, means this will be AM is equals to CM is equals to half of AB by dividing by 2. So we got this AM is equals to CM equals to half of AB. So this is now proved. So this is the proof for this third. So we have finished our chapter quadrantals. Thank you very much. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, आई होप अभी तक हमने जो भी पढ़ा आपको समझ में आया होगा। इन केस अगर आपकी कोई भी क्वेरी है आप हमें कांटेक्ट कर सकते हो। आप हमारे एपिसोड्स को लाइक कीजिए, सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और अपने फ्रेंड्स को भी रेफ़र कीजिए ताकि हम आपके लिए और भी अच्छे अच्छे सोल्यूशंस ला सकते हैं। ओके, टेक केयर, गुड बाय एंड गॉड ब्लेस यू।